What's up everybody, welcome to the Fomo Factory. Happy Saturday. In this video I would like to show you the potential that crypto has if you invest around the bottom. We don't know if the bottom for Bitcoin is in or not. I think that the bottom might be in right now, but we want to know, of course, what could the returns be? Because if you do not have a clear future of where it could go, then why should you be motivated right now, right? So that's what we're going to take a look at. How are the returns so far? And it's pretty interesting. So with that being said, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification and smack that like button. Please, let's get right into it. Now, at the moment of recording, Bitcoin is sitting at around $24,000. It's doing pretty okay. I'm shooting this video a little beforehand because I don't work in the weekends, but it doesn't really matter, right? What I would like to take a look at is how are the returns if you invest in around, or at the bottom, right? If we take a look at that, because always it's in hindsight so easy to say like, oh, I should have got in, I should have got in. Look, if you look at this chart, right? If you look at this chart right here, right? 2017, it's so easy to look back and say, if I invested here, I would make so much money. Damn, even here, right? But if you now look at this chart, which is kind of the same, isn't it the same? Like, can't we say the same in around maybe 2 years from now? That we'll say, oh, I wish I invested right here. I think, so far that's how it plays out. So let's take a little comparison. I did this video before, people really liked it, so let me do it again. All right, so I got a subscription on intothecryptoverse.com by Benjamin Cohen, and this has a lot of tools, but this is also this tool right here. You can here filter when you have bought something, what you have bought, how much you invested, and what it's been, worth at a certain date. So let's go first for the last dip. So 2020 in April the 15th, right? That was the COVID crash. That was right here. What if you invested right here? And I know, of course, you cannot buy the bottom, but you can at least try to get close, right? So, but let's say we have bought in around this area. What would the returns be? Well, I have this on my list so far. So what if you have bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, BNB, ADA, Doge, DOT, and Chainlink. So if you put $1,000 in total and divide it by these coins. If we calculate that, then this is what we get. So here you start with $1,000, and it's incredible that at the top of the bull run, your $1,000 was worth $65,000. $65,000. That's incredible, of course, right? So, and here I say that I divide it all equally, of course. One coin does better than the other, but therefore you want to spread it out a little bit. You don't know what coin is going to perform best. We do not have a crystal ball right here. We can all speculate and do our research, but you don't know until it happens, of course. So therefore I like to divide it a little bit. So if you would have sold the top, you would have got, well, $70,000. $70,000, right? May 2021. All right, let me go one step further. And by the way, if you would have never sold, if you hold it, don't get me wrong, you would still be in profit. You would still have $14,000, right? But after so many years, you won't compare your 14K to your $1,000 anymore. You probably compare your 14K to $70,000 and still be sad about it, right? So that's a psychological thing. That's something that I cannot help you with. But therefore, you do have to take your profits on your way out, right? If you feel like, okay, cool, it's topping out, sell a little bit here, 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 and you will have a very decent average. But let me go, diamond hands, it's all bullshit. It's just those, if you want to be diamond hands, cool, but you lose money at the end of the day. You have to take your profits, right? Let me go one step further. Like I said before, if you play crypto correctly, you just need 2 cycles, right? So what would have happened if, and this is quite funny, what would have happened if you have sold, everything right here, the 7th of May, you would have 70K. right? 70K. If you would have sold it, well, you would have now have 70K right here. You can invest. So far, this right here, did a 70x, right? If you do now another 70x on your 70K, I'm stupid, so let me do it like this. Then you will have $5 million with $1,000 investment in 2 cycles. In 2 cycles. That's how it works. Right now, let's be very, for the people that feel like, okay, but picking these altcoins, damn, it's hard, right? Let's do the same, but go a step back with Bitcoin. Just Bitcoin first, all right? So the first bottom occurred in 2015, at least for this platform, 2015, the 15th of November. Let's check if that's correct, but I can already tell you that that's correct. So the 15th of November, 2015. How was the market looking back then? Well, that was 15th of November. Sorry. Right. So that was here. It wasn't even the bottom, right? You could have made it 2x more, by the way. So let's take the bottom, 17 August 17. Right. Let's go there. This is quite interesting. So we go to 2015, August 17. So what if you invested $1,000 in Bitcoin, only in Bitcoin, right? All right. What would have happened? In the first cycle, you turned your $1,000 into $77,000, right? And that was on December 15, 2017. December 15, 2017. Stick with me. So we go to 2017, December 15. So you took your profits. Sorry, this is bullshit what I'm doing. So you took your profits right here. You have $70,000, $77,000. Then what if you put that $77,000 in the next, dip, in the next low, right? Which was here, around this level. So you take your money at the top, you put it in again at the bottom, but we now already made $70,000. So let's say $70,000. Calculate. What would have happened? You needed one more cycle to turn that $70,000 into $1.4 million. You have to notice that this, and of course, I'm taking the example of buying the bottom, selling the top. You won't be able to. But I'm also taking the example of a coin which is most safe and that people feel like, but Bitcoin doesn't give you good returns. Bro, if you can put $1,000 in Bitcoin, which is the safest asset out there, and you just need 2 cycles to get $1.5 million, sign me up. Fuck any other altcoin then. You know what I mean? So 2 cycles, it sounds long, but we started in 2015, right? This is 2021. That's 6 years to put $1,000 into $1.5 million. Right now, I know I cannot speak for you. A lot of people live in poor countries as well. But for people like me who live in the Western countries, where we will have more money to accumulate in, let's say, 6 years than just $1,000, can you imagine what you could make then? Right? It's crazy. So that's kind of what you can expect now. And it depends a lot on altcoins, of course, if you want to mess with that, if you feel like I just want to buy altcoins. So let's say that if you invested the last cycle, the last low, right? You invest in the current top 10. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, Matic, OKB, Sol, and Shiba. Let's say you invested $1,000 in that, in the last low. What if you could made right then, right? You turn $1,000 into $117,000. So 125. So you make 125x. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, right? And even if you invested it right here, right? You still made a what is it, a 60x, give or take, right? So that's quite funny. You also, like I said though, why do I make this video? Well, it's basically to give you perspective on what's possible in this crypto space, because on this channel, and I hope you follow this channel, on this channel we talk a lot about managing portfolios, the best altcoins to look at, when to buy, what to buy. Later on, when it's time, we of course also will talk about taking profits, because that's the most important thing, of course. Because if you do not take your profits, then you are kind of screwed, right? What if there are a lot of people, if you look at this chart, and therefore you want to know when to buy, right? Why, after this green candle, why did we get this green candle that gave us the top? Why did we get that? Because people bought here a lot, right? Even the people that bought here or here or here or even here, they now, you know, if they didn't play it well, they got wrecked, of course. But people that actually bought here got really, really wrecked on the 8th of November, right? So let me show you something. On the 8th of November, 2021, what happens to you if you are a green dildo buyer? Well, let's say you've put in hard work, you made money with your job or with crypto, I don't know, and you have $10,000. And when you look at the crypto market and you're feeling FOMO because the prices are going up, you decide to put your $10,000 into the crypto market. Let's go just with the current top 10, right? The current top 10 are the strongest coins. So the loss that you will see right here is the smallest loss probably you could have got, right? So if you would have put $10,000 into Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, ADA, etc., then you would have gone all the way down to $2,200, right? You will now be sitting still at 4.6K, right? So even, you know, this rally that we're having right now, it's nice. You made it 2x, congratulations. But it's just a part, you know, of recovery of what you have lost so far, right? And it is not even like if we don't even, let me show you this. Okay, so let me take a couple, right? So let me take, what if you invested at the top in Bitcoin? Well, let's degen around, right? Let's say you like XRP, you like Cardano, you like Dogecoin. Let's say you like Solana. Let's say you like DOT, Avalanche, Uniswap, all still the highest coins, right? You know, the safe, the top tier coins right there. Let's say you bought Bitcoin Cash for some reason. Let's go with Filecoin. Let's take another one, VeChain. So you manage to build a crypto portfolio with altcoins that should be relatively safe, right? These are the higher caps. These are the ones that have more liquidity, higher market cap, so less price movements. If you look at what happened right here, then you'll notice that your $10,000 would have been worth, you know, $1,300. You would have lost like 80% of your money right there, more than 80% of your money. And it's now finally at the top, at all this resistance that we are facing right now, right? In this cycle so far, where we finally are here, it's now worth almost $2,000. But these same altcoins, so these altcoins wreck you, right? These altcoins completely wreck you. But if you've bought these altcoins in the last low, you would have turned your $10,000 into $130,000. So the same altcoins that can make you very rich are also the altcoins that can wreck you very hard. So therefore, I just need this channel, right? And you maybe need this channel as well, because too many people on YouTube talk about what are the best altcoins. These are the best altcoins. This altcoin is going 100x. That like, it doesn't matter. These altcoins are all fine. It gives you a sick return. But you just saw that these altcoins can make you broke as hell as well, right? It's not about altcoins, it's how you are playing it, right? So therefore, it's very important to learn when to buy, when to sell, when to do nothing as well, how to DCA, right? Because even, like I said, the best altcoins with great returns can make you broke. That's just what it is. Right, so that's what I want to talk a lot about on this channel, how to invest actually, how to read these charts. So I'm gonna make, if you like that, let me know in the comments if you need that. I feel like I want to make more tutorials on what charts should you look at. Do you even use TradingView, right? How to use Fibonacci tools, how to draw a simple resistance line, how to draw, you know, a simple trend line. Right? How to draw a simple trend line to see how is the trend like. Oh, it broke out right here. Blah. That's why we get a pump right now. It's all on the charts, right? How to actually do that? Because again, it doesn't, of course, picking the right altcoins will help, but let me show you something else. Picking the right altcoins is not, it's less important than people make it seem. And why do I say that? Well, look where Bitcoin topped. Bitcoin topped at the last cycle in November 2021, right? That's why Bitcoin topped. Let me show you a couple of altcoins, and there are always exceptions. When did Arweave top? November 2021. When did Atom top? January 2022, or even November 2021. I want to look at it. When did AVAX top? November 2021. When did Cake top? I think earlier in this case, April. When did Phantom top? November, January, December, November, that area, 2021. It's not because very condensed I'm Dutch, but it's not that there's so much coincidence that all these altcoins had good news and good development and some certain progress, that they topped all coincidentally at the same time. It's because the market just pumps every fucking altcoin that's even a little okay. That's what it does. How far it's going to pump, that's of course dependent on the altcoin, right? I mean, if we now take a look at Phantom from, I don't know, from October 2020, it pumped like 27,000%. If we take a look at AVAX October 20, it pumped 5,000%, right? So the structure is the same. It's just different numbers, of course. And for these numbers, then it's a matter of finding the right altcoins, of course, because, you know, Phantom was probably more low cap and whatever. But eventually the timing, it's all the same, right? It's like there's always an altcoin that pops right now. I mean, we just saw it. We had a big AI hype. All AI tokens were blowing up. IMX completely blew up. Gala did very well as well. Nakamoto Games did very well as well. So there are always exceptions. But overall, if you now look at the Bitcoin dominance, sorry for my drawing, it's like Picasso. But if you look at the Bitcoin dominance, what it did in that same period, it went up. So Bitcoin was outperforming altcoins anyway. So although some altcoins popped, in hindsight, it was a better idea to be in Bitcoin. The returns were higher, plus there's less risk, right? So it's mostly about timing, and that's the most important thing in this whole market. Therefore, I find this so very interesting, right? That these altcoins can give you big returns, but they will wreck you as well. And people be like, oh, fuck this altcoin, it's a bad product, there's not enough news, there's not enough development. But the market does what the market does. It's not about the altcoin itself necessarily. Of course, sometimes there's always an altcoin that doesn't really perform that well. But I think that's something I want to focus on this channel. Timing, and therefore I will use this platform a lot as well. So I really thank you, Benjamin Cohen, for making this. I know you probably don't watch these videos, but this is a really important indicator dashboard. It costs around $100 a month or so, I think. If you don't want to pay that, you don't have the money to pay that, just often check my videos. I will be going over it, but there's so much information about here. Fuck the price movements, it's about the timing. Also, if you look, for example, this chart, the total crypto market cap and trend line gives you a good perspective, right? In the bear market, the red line is the fair value, right? This green line, the under green line, is the lower band, and we have the upper band. And the blue line is the total crypto market cap. So this is not just Bitcoin, it's the total crypto market cap, right? In this bear market, we are under the fair value. Once we are above the fair value in the bull market, we reach the upper band. If we are in the bear market again, we are under the fair value, and that can take from, in this case, November 2011 until February 2013, right? So almost 1.5 years. The price did go up, but it's all about timing in this case. How long did we stay here? How long were we actually undervalued, right? It was a very good time to buy here. But even though the prices were up like 20x, it was still a good time to buy right here. If you look at this, it's all a matter of timing. Let me know if this is something you would like me to take a look at. But also, like I said, when it comes to this dashboard right here, spreading your chances is just a very, very, very smart thing to do. A lot of people, for example, they liked, look, I mean, if you would have bought, let's say that, again, one more thing and I'm gonna wrap it up, right? But this is something you need to know before you got the feeling like, this altcoin, it cannot go wrong. This is too good to be true, so I'm gonna invest slightly more than I probably should, right? It happened to Luna, it happened to a lot of altcoins, right? So let's say the 15th of November was around the top, give or take. Let's say you invested your money in Solana back then. You had $1,000 and you invested everything in Solana. What would have happened? You would have turned your $1,000 into the low of $40, right? And it will now be worth 100. Congratulations. You got completely wrecked, and now you're only less completely wrecked, right? That's what happens. Before that, though, again, also Solana made people a lot of freaking money, right? But you went from $1,000 into $40. It's stupid, right? But what if you divided it a little bit? So you added the same, you divided your $1,000 between Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, and Cardano, for example. Then you didn't went from $1,000 to $40. You went to $220. It's a lot more. It's a lot more. It's 5 times as much. 5 times as much. Just because you didn't take the risk to go all into one asset. Because you can make a lot more money, of course, especially in a bull market. But in a bear market, bro, you 1,000 to 40, it's nothing anymore. So that's what I wanted to touch on today. I hope you like this content. Let me know if you feel like, okay, cool, go make some videos about timing, about how to handle it yourself, about learning how to do it, how to read these charts. Because we talk a lot about altcoins, but these altcoins won't do anything for you if you do not have the knowledge. And I think I have a very, very, very smart audience right here. But sometimes I feel like maybe this is something that people should know. So like the video, turn on the bell notification, subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, I'll be here for you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a very nice day.